In today's video, based on auction market theory, we gonna observe and learn the 80% win rate strategy that follows the movement of smart money. And if you remember, when I've been showing my P&Ls and my stats, some people were saying, oh my God, how you can get above the 80% win rate? And yes, guys, it's possible if you're knowing what you're doing. So with all that said, let's start. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Russ, and today is the third episode of our trading strategies based on the auction market theory. In the first one, we discussed the theoretical aspects behind the auction and why market is looking for efficiency and how we can capitalize on those inefficient moves. On the second video, we discussed the strategy based on the virgin or naked point of controls supported by volume profile and high and low volume nodes. And in today's video, we're gonna discuss a super powerful strategy, which is called 80% trading rule. And 80% trading rule actually means that backtesting that strategy in 80% of times, it works. It's extremely powerful. It's one of those money printing machines, if you want to say, especially if you understand what the smart money are doing and you're able to understand the basic ideas behind market making. We're not going to cover it fully on in details today in today's video, but for you guys, you have to understand that for someone to buy, someone needs to sell, and for someone to sell, someone needs to buy. So market will be way more illiquid with very huge gaps between the bid and ask without the market makers, but market makers would never act against themselves. So if they consider that the price is going to go down, they're always going to grab the price up first so they can fill their asks and go together with the market direction, luring retail and breakout traders into the opposite side of the market. That's very important, and further on in the further videos we will explore more how you can trade that to your advantage. But today, a very simple and very powerful strategy, that is 80% rule. So what 80% rule says: if within the developing day we start below the value area low of the previous day, and then for two consecutive 15-minute candles we are accepting into value area low of the previous day, it means we with 80% probability are gonna tap into the value area high of the previous days. Don't worry if you didn't grasp it from the beginning. I'm gonna explain it right now on the charts and you will understand much better in the practical terms. Coming back to our trading view. For those who missed my episode 2, I nevertheless really advise you to watch it because the naked point of control strategy is very powerful. But if you absolutely cannot, you need to add session volume profile. You see it here, and once you add it, it's being highlighted here as SVP, and it's SVP. You absolutely actually don't need to have your point of control extended to the right. Let's just keep it simple and plain. I deleted all other indicators on purpose. So what you see here, we are on the 15th of August 2024. Our Bitcoin price is 58,770 and it's developing. So using that tool of replaying and forwarding, I am starting to see each 15-minute candle how it develops. And you see our value area, something that you see here in these blue lines, or our area with 68% with this sigma, normal sigma, Gaussian, bell, whatever word you want to use, distribution is being formed, is being formulated here. So we are roughly at 2 p.m. So it's still the room to go. Let's see how the day develops. We are grabbing those zones of liquidity, I would say. Yeah, you see, we tapped into there, took some stop losses, took another stop losses just to make sure that those guys are out. And then I expect us to go down from here because it seems that we cannot reclaim this fair value gap. Let's see. It's not important for us for now. We just see how the day is developing. Indeed, a huge drop We saw a huge drop on that day, almost 4% on Bitcoin, quite a lot. Interesting. What's going to happen from there? No rush. It's still 6 p.m., 7 p.m. I let the day develop. Very interesting. Already more than 5% drop. Nice. What's going to happen from there? Obviously, you can see also our value area low and our value area high are moving too. Why? Because the day is developing. So obviously they are recalculating every time price opportunity that happened on the day, and then price is chopping around trying to reclaim value area low. Could be good, but we still want for that day to close to see how the next day would unfold. And unfortunately, you can see the new day starts here. You can also see it because the new value area high, value area low start to develop. And what we are looking forward to see here, we are looking forward for us to start accepting above value area low on the upcoming day. And once you start seeing this acceptance happening, you see this line, you need to prolong it from the previous day. You can obviously do it through the line tool, and that's your value area low of previous day, right? So once you start seeing that the price accepts here, it's accepting here, I have 80% probability the price wants to reclaim this area. And don't worry, sometimes you might of course catch the value area low. Sometimes you want to wait for a bit more confirmation, but don't worry guys, we are speaking here about 3.5% move. This is an incredible move actually for intraday move, especially if it takes a couple hours to unfold. So yeah, if you're trading on leverage, let's say your notional size is 1 Bitcoin, that will be around $2,000 move. Not bad for a couple hours, right? And you don't need to own 1 Bitcoin in order to trade with 1 Bitcoin. You can simply decide on your stop loss. Like if you, for example, gonna decide here on the short position, I obviously don't want to keep my stop loss all the way down to that week. I think it's enough for me to understand that we simply cannot accept above value area low. So I don't really need to wait, for like 2% move down. As soon as we start assuming chop here and cannot accept back, I also can cut the trade manually. I don't even want my stop loss to be hit. And in this case, I'm 0.5% maximum I'm out, but my take profit is 3.5% up. So that's a very, very nice. It's a very nice risk reward ratio of 4-to-1 or 5-to-1. And this strategy has such a high win rate. What's so important, guys, to emphasize here, and I'm constantly telling to my students, is that you don't even need to have 60% or 80% win rate. You can be very good with 40% win rate as soon as your risk reward is 2-to-1 and more. But here, with that strategy, we have first of all the win rate, which is very high, significantly above 60%. It doesn't have to be 80. It's 80 historically. And of course, if you are exposed to a lot of volatility with geopolitics, and the year right now we have in macro is also quite tough, I have to say, with the bunch of triggers happening like yield curve and inversion and other things that Fed is preparing for us, for example, mistakes and job data and things like that. Of course, everything is possible in trading, and you can hit your stop loss here. Yes, you can. But taking also into account what's your risk reward on that trade. Speaking here about 4-to-1 or 3-to-1 or 5-to-1, that's also incredible. So why not to give this trade a try? And I'm coming back into the charts and I'm trying to see how this trade is going to unfold. You can see, as I mentioned to you, our value area high of the day is developing. It's moving. It's normal because the day is developing. So we, as you see, actually, that's a nice gift for those who was not in the position in the beginning. You see how accurately we tap into this very area low. Guys, I swear, when I was preparing this video, I didn't know that's going to happen. I am also looking at the charts together with you right now. I just wanted to find the day where we start to accept above value area low. I didn't know that's going to happen. And we are indeed also holding really well around this developing value area low. Well, because institutions and smart money are using those indicators. You see 2 consecutive candles, we always close above. It really says to me, especially since we are above the development point of control, and we also above the previous day point of control, that price really wants to go up. Give it a few more candles, and you see, guys, I think here I would already take profit, but I'm also quite confident we would tap into value area high, and bam, here we tap. Incredible, isn't it? So yeah, you're out of the trade. Let's see what happens afterwards from here. We do not rush. We see how price develops here. We clearly see, okay, new day has started. Is that day gonna give us a nice acceptance below the very early area high? Let's enlarge it in a red line. We all remember this is our value area high of the previous day. It can theoretically give us a nice trade all the way down, not as good as before, but still 2.3% on BTC is not so bad. But so far, I can hardly see an acceptance below. You know, 2 candles max, but like not really allowing us to do anything on that. You can see every time we try to accept below, it's bouncing back. And moreover, if we're also not able to accept below for such a long amount of time, it's trying to tell me that it's a bit of a different domain of knowledge, but we are gonna have the day without the particular move. We can also have a very boring chopping day. There's nothing gonna happen. You can see, guys, how every time this red line acts as the zone of support. So I'm also thinking, okay, it acts as a support once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Probably there is a beat. Of course, I can also go into Trading Light, into any Okatoki or any other platform and see maybe there are beats sitting, but it's not the purpose of today's educational video. I can just continue to wait for the price to accept below. It doesn't happen. The new day starts. Okay, no trade. There's no problem. We don't need to take trade every day. Let's see what happens here. First of all, based on how tight this range was, I'm not really looking forward to trade it. Whatever gonna happen on this day, are we gonna accept below here or not? Honestly, I'm not looking forward to spend my day looking for 0.4% range. That's not interesting to me. And moreover, the risk reward would not be there. So I just let this day develop. I don't want to take any trade on this day because the previous day is none of my interest. So let this trade develop. It also seems like a bit of a ranging day. Maybe some volatility will kick in. It's also interesting, you know, to see those days when here it's also you can use value area low and value area high of developing day as the zones of confluence. Of course, it's much more certain on the previous days, but here you also has a particular notion of what's gonna happen, because here you start seeing all the 3 candles, 1, 2, 3. And then you fully accept below that it's probably we're gonna go down, because this is the time we lost our value area low. And you see how expensive this move down is, and it's okay not to be in the trade. There's no need. I didn't short this. That's okay. I want to see now how the new day would develop, and this new day, I want for this new day to accept into this value area low. You see how this trading is simple. That is really not a rocket science. And then I would be able to tap that area. Is that gonna be an amazing trade? Not really, 1%, but it's okay. Why not to take it if it's given, especially if it happens that I'm gonna be in front of the computer at this period of time. You see, not really. This day is also quite choppy, a lot of ranging environment. Maybe we're gonna accept in here. Look, not 1 candle, 2 candles, 3 candles we didn't accept, and then a huge spike. So maybe you were not able to take the trade. Of course, you can also trade on 5-minute time frame. That's all possible. But what's really more interesting for me here is to see how the price would develop, because today is the day of this recording. We see that this is new range forming here. This new range forming here, maybe that's gonna give us again a slightly bigger range for that day. And yes, I much more like that range that is being formed of the 20th of August. Why so? Well, because this range is 3%. 3% is already a nice range. So I'm gonna be looking forward to wait for the acceptance. New day has started. I am extending my value area low here. And guys, I know so many different confluences how we can look at things. Of course, we can add here also naked point of controls. We can add the volume profiles. But for the sake of education, we're only using a very simple 80% trading rule. And look what I start seeing here. First rejection, second rejection, acceptance, 2 candles above. Good. I can start scaling in here. I can also go on Teal Street. There's a very, very tight range. It's basically $100, $200. You know, we can either scale on the market. I still prefer to scale on the limit. I'm pretty sure this area of 59,400 will be revisited because of smart money would like to be there. Let's see. Amazing. Amazing. What I'm guys telling you, once you understand how the smart money move, it so much uplifts your entire intraday strategy. So what we had here, tap into that and closure above. Sounds good to me. What I'm looking forward now, I'm long. I can place my stop loss here. I don't want that, you know, us losing the low of that day. And my entry point is here, value area low. And what am I gonna target? Exactly, you know what I'm gonna target. I'm gonna target the value area high of the previous day. Let's extend it to the right. Value area high. What a nice trade. First of all, it is more than 3% move, and the risk reward here is also incredible, more than 3-1, guys. This is such a nice risk reward. So let's see. We are chopping here, nearly triggered our stop loss, but we are not out. It's all good. And we start accepting above value area high. And as of today, as in the moment of recording, I still don't know if we're gonna tap in there or not. But please let me know in the comment section down below if we hit this. You see, I am very transparent. I am not preparing the examples that have been pre-selected. I'm simply trading alongside with you and giving you everything that I see in the charts. This is not kind of a video where I was looking for a good day. I basically took the last 4 days of Bitcoin price action on the day of this recording. So please, guys, let me know in the comment section down below if this last trade worked or not. I honestly think out of all the strategies out there, the 80% value area rule is something outrageously simple and smart at the same time. If you would like to test and trade, I leave the Bybit link in the description down below. They give you 500 USDT trade for free. All you need to do is to deposit, I think, as little as 100 USDT. You don't have to obviously trade it, but I think $100 is a good test to see to which degree the strategy would work. Let me know if it's 80%, if it's 60%. You can also trade with $10, $20. No need to lose a lot of money, but please test it yourself because you can only learn when you apply the theoretical knowledge that I'm giving to you on the charts. It's very different between learning from YouTube and trying to journal, to trade, to backtest your strategy yourself. With all that said, much love. I see you soon and bye.